Hi, my name's Matt Hernandez, and I've been with Marty's program for coming up on 2 years now, July. When I first started this, I was just about 200 pounds even. At my lowest point, I hit about 173 pounds, and now I'm up to about 182. At the beginning, I was kind of focusing more on just dropping the weight, but as of recently, I've been kind of trying to put on a little bit more muscle, and Marty's been excellent with helping me with that. And then another little adventure we're going to start kind of trying to train for is I've always wanted to run a marathon, so that's something that I'm kind of pushing for. So I guess at my most, I've dropped just around 25 pounds was my most that I've dropped at the beginning, but now as of late, I'm at about 150 or about 15 pounds down. Um, uh, Shoot, just kind of started this whole process was at one point I realized I was 200 pounds. I was kind of just doing the whole, high school Harry lifting weights, working out, thinking that the 200 pounds I was eventually going to turn into muscle, which obviously I had no real structure, didn't really know kind of how to make that happen. So I was just kind of felt like I was spinning my wheels the entire time. So, uh, kind of one of those things. I hadn't played in any type of organized hockey in the longest time, and then finally decided to get back into it and just realized I felt tired. Couldn't do what I used to do. Being 45, still can't do what I used to do, but at least I'm doing a lot better at it. Um, Ended up kind of stumbling across Marty's program. We talked and it seemed like a good fit and started going from there. I've noticed changes in my gameplay. I can last a lot longer out there and I've in every game, I've never truly been gassed like I used to. It was kind of one of those things. I felt like I was gassed every shift, but now I can pretty much go an entire game without completely just feeling exhausted. Physically, I've noticed that like I can see muscles that I haven't seen since I was in high school. So things are going well, and it was going so well to even to the point that my wife noticed that the changes, and then she has started using Marty's program as well. Um, Before I started all of this, just kind of kept adding weight, was a little overdoing that, couldn't figure out why I was adding the weight and just wanted a change is pretty much what it was. So I couldn't like one day I would lose 5 pounds and the next day I'd gain five, or gain 10. So it just kind of seemed like I was always stuck. Um, but yeah, I'd say the first thing that I ever noticed when I started Marty's program was gameplay. Like started working out, doing all that fun stuff. Was getting really into the program. Was following everything. I loved the fact that I had to check in, quote unquote. It kept me accountable, and with all of that, with the working out, with the watching what I was eating, it gameplay. Like I said before, just noticed I was skating hard. I was able to skate harder, last longer, and just it was something awesome that was happening. Um, uh, Other than that, the only other thing I can really say is if I had the opportunity to talk to myself 3 years ago, I probably would have suggested looking for something like this sooner. Um, those types of things that come up in your feed every now and then, and you kind of look into it and think, this looks okay, and then you do a little more research and it isn't all that great. Uh, like I said, it was just kind of one of those things that uh, struck home when the advertisement or when I first discovered Marty was he was talking about beer league play. And realistically, there's no NHL scouts in the stands looking for me. So that's kind of what I'm aiming at now is just having fun out there in beer league, playing in tournaments and actually being able to produce for my team instead of just, being somebody out there sucking wind. So, but yeah, it surprised me the most is how effective it was. It's kind of one of those things I'd start in workout programs, diets, all that sort of nonsense, and just kind of tried it all. Would find a diet here or there that would work for me, but then it was one of those things that wasn't attainable. But with Marty, still you can pretty much eat whatever you want. It's just a matter of making better choices versus actually just sticking to only specific foods you can eat. So overall, I've been extremely happy with Marty, and he's easy to talk to. He's fun to talk to at times, and just kind of one of those things that you can throw out a good movie quote and he'll understand what the heck you're talking about. It's finding it hard to find anymore nowadays. So all that being said, if you're, again, I would tell my older self, for those of you who are interested and haven't quite made the jump, I think it's at least giving Marty a shot worth talking to, picking his brain, seeing if it's a good fit, and going from there. I couldn't be happier, and I plan on sticking with him for times to come. So